This year, 2009, is the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and the love letters you're going to hear today were written not from Abe to Mary Todd, but from Alexander Hamilton Pickett to Jenny Powell. Marcus Weems, one of our regular readers, will be reading the letters from his great-grandfather, Alexander Hamilton Pickett. Janet Fawcett, a Fort Worth attorney, is reading Jenny's replies.
The following are excerpts of a series of letters sent to and mailed from the Del Rosa plantation in Union Springs, Alabama. I have chosen love letters that my father's maternal grandparents wrote to each other from Valentine's Day, 1863 to 1864. They were penned by Alexander Hamilton Pickett, who was a captain in the Confederacy, and Virginia Elizabeth Powell, who graduated during the Civil War from Wesleyan Female College in Macon, Georgia, the world's oldest female college. Even though they had survived the battlefields of a war-torn nation and had resisted moths and silverfish for over a century, they were almost lost forever. Grace Church near Fredericksburg, Virginia, December 27, 1862. Miss Jenny, it is indeed a pleasure amid the dangers and vicissitudes of an uncertain life to be so kindly remembered by friends at home. Be pleased to accept my kindest thanks for that beautiful comforter. I was truly surprised when I opened the package, but never more agreeably. I am having a dull Christmas. The Yankees are in full force opposite our line of battle, but on the other side of the Rappahannock. I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Your friend, Alexander Hamilton Pickett. Bivouac near Fredericksburg, Virginia, February 1863. Miss Jenny, along the pathway of life are scattered flowers which the mere adventurer often gathers and treasures simply for their beauty. I would wish to be remembered by one fair flower, a gem, an angel too pure and good to be even seen by an adventurer. Jenny, has not my fair friend forgotten that beautiful star that twinkles so brightly in that world of bliss? Maybe it reminds her of absent friends. Jenny, will you be my Valentine? Alexander H. Pickett.
Del Rosa Plantation, February 13th, 1863. Mr. Pickett, I thank you for the sweet valentine you did me the honor of sending to me. It was quite an agreeable surprise. I suppose it is an emblem of the friendship which you entertain for me. I gaze so often with admiration upon the beautiful star which twinkles so brightly in that world of bliss, and with pleasure do I think of the friend whose name it bears. Did you receive the valentine I sent you? I fear not, as I directed it to Fredericksburg. With my best wishes for your continued happiness and welfare, I remain, Notre Amie at Del Rosa, Virginia Elizabeth Powell.
Headquarters, 3rd Battalion, Alabama Regiment, near Fredericksburg, Virginia, March 4th, 1863. Miss Jenny, today the Yankee Congress, which has been devising means for months to subjugate the South, adjourns. Their boasted army still lies quiet across the Rappahannock, patiently awaiting the drying winds of March and the mild, genial rays of an April sun. And when the rain is over and gone the spring campaign of 1863 commences, of its results I forbear to conjecture, but hope it will reveal what the past has failed to furnish us. The life of a soldier, who is nothing but a soldier, has few claims of attraction, but many rare and pleasing incidents. The reason of this is owing to the varied and ludicrous characters that are thrown together. Many thanks, Miss Jenny, for remembering me. I will ever treasure those beautiful lines received while on the backs of the Rappahannock. With my earnest wishes for your future happiness, I subscribe myself, your devoted friend and Valentine. I received your note with much pleasure. Everything arrived safely and in due time. How would you like a correspondent from General Lee's army? I promise you that he will be more entertaining and hope will be more interesting in the future, provided his proposition meets with your approval. Yours with high esteem. I previously sent a piece of poetry which has many merits. The author has undoubtedly some of the characteristics of genius. The moon is shining like varnished silver, and the weather is trembly cold. Your Valentine, A.H. Pickett. Headquarters, 3rd Alabama Regiment, Caroline County, Virginia, April 2nd, 1863. Long looked for come at last. The snow is all gone, and the dazzling splendor of the sun is giving life and gaiety to the whole camp. It is just the morning to have a merry bout with a gay and frolicking girl, one that makes sunshine of a shady place, that pauses a while amid the gardens of ease and fields of pleasure to weave a gay garland to enliven this dull wisp of life. Just such a one as you are, Miss Jenny, who is so good and kind that a host of friends always find you a congenial companion to enliven the dull and tiresome pathway of life with bright smiles of joy and happiness. I have spent one very unpleasant week since you have heard from me. We were on sentry again, and the wind blew chilly and cold, sweeping across the naked fields, causing the poor sentinel to shiver with cold and to contrast his present condition with the comforts he once enjoyed. You know not what to write that will interest me? Why, anything Miss Jenny writes will be interesting. You always have something new to tell me. I am half inclined to think you either jest or flatter when you say I am gifted in that art which I am neither skilled nor have to claim to have. I never was a critic, and a friend, Miss Jenny, must know that her letters are not for the gaze of anyone, to even those whose friendship as time has proven to be most true. But why this clandestine request for secrecy? I know that at times we are more or less confiding, but an army where the existence is so uncertain, and since he who is winner today may be the loser tomorrow, it is of the highest importance that I be true to myself, and that I cannot be false to anyone else. It sounds rather strange to hear of fishing parties, especially since we are suffering so much with the cold, the ice appearing every morning in the water bucket. There are valid reasons why you are not enjoying yourself in these trying times. Ah, indeed, were you near, Miss Jenny, I would be pleased to be with you. A merry time we would have. You must promise me that next time we meet at your father's plantation, you will ride with me on horseback. Will you? Show your letters. Have you not more confidence in me than that? Good night. I hope to hear from you soon. Heaven bless you. Your sincere friend, Pickett.
At the plantation, April 14th, 1863. Mr. Pickett, your letter found me enjoying rural life for a few days among our old precious hills, and this lovely spring morning, as I'm all alone, enjoying undisturbed solitude. And, kind friend, who does not enjoy this at times? I will try and break the reverie into which I had unconsciously fallen and return you an early answer. Yes, here we are among the old clay hills, and as happy as we can be. The change pleases, for, as you know, variety is said to be the spice of life. I've just returned from a most delightful walk, which reminded me of the pleasant one I had with you when at home. Only the forest presents quite a different appearance. Then it was the month of death, but now it stands forth in all the majesty and beauty of full-robed spring. God is now with us. I will ride on horseback with you with pleasure. You, of course, will excuse my awkwardness, won't you? We have garnered a crowd of pretty girls in town, a friendly one I will give you for a sweetheart, knowing your love for the beautiful. She has black hair and eyes, and I know that will be another very great attraction, will it not? The young ladies on the ridge are having rather gay times at present, as there are 5 or 6 young men back home temporarily. If you don't mind, some of them might cut you out of your sweetheart up there. I was not aware before, Mr. Pickett, that I had a certain particular star in the 3rd Alabama Regiment. I have only one star, and that one is in the heavens. I fear you have forgotten the beautiful star which sparkles as brightly above, haven't you? I must say you are mistaken in your surmises, for indeed I feel as cheerful and happy as ever. Why, just the thought of my dearest and best of fathers soon returning home is sufficient to throw sunshine and happiness in the hearts of the inhabitants of sweet Del Rosa. I often look at the little tree at whose base we planted the sweet woodbine long, long ago. Would you could see it now with its many flowers, its widely extended branches reminding me of the growth and flourish of our friendship. Long, long be my heart with such memories filled, like the vase in which roses have been distilled that may break. You may shatter the rose if you will, but the scent of the roses will hang round it still. As night is fast approaching, I will be compelled to bid you good night. May angels attend you and bear messages of bliss to populate your dreams, is the wish of your friend, Jenny Powell. Oh, I forgot. I have something rich, rare, and racy to tell you when I see you, but I can't write it. Write soon, as I will look for an early answer.
Headquarters, 3rd Alabama Regiment, Caroline County, Virginia, April 20th, 1863. Miss Jenny, this beautiful day I hope is auspicious for the future. It is a rare treat to have such fine weather after being frozen and chilled almost to death during a long and weary winter. The first appearance of spring in this climate is truly delightful. We have none of those hot, depressing days so common in Alabama. The atmosphere is balmy and the breeze buoyant, giving the spirits vigor and elasticity. The camp, as usual, is prolific with rumors. They are generally prefaced with, "An intelligent gentleman has run the lines," or "just arrived from the West." But just here, let me tell you of an actual occurrence which happened often in this division. Captain Randolph of the Signal Corps crosses the enemy's lines every month and stalks stealthily upon their camps, gathering all the information needed, and then returns quietly across the Rappahannock. This captain is aware that if he is captured as a spy, that no mercy awaits him. His doom is sealed. But listen to the sequel. He has a sweetheart across the lines, and he braves everything to see her. What would I not brave to possess the knowledge of that only secret I beg for the boundless future? Are you indeed lonely? Would that I could make your life one dream of bliss unclouded by an hour's sadness. Then alone, in your quiet and happy home, would you sometimes think of your friend, and the future all bright with anticipations of joy and happiness. I think of my star, and often turn to gaze upon it, wishing to observe its aspect forever. But why should I thus be moved, when none will care for me? 'Tis true I have friends, but friends often forget each other, especially when the hour of adversity comes. But will you, Jenny, in this varied and uncertain life, be to me something more than a summer friend that vanishes as the winter approaches? Or will you stay? I appreciate your kindness in selecting for me so lovely and charming a friend, but I most respectfully decline accepting the gift. The giver to me is dearer than all the brunettes I have ever met. I am at a loss to know who would be grieving if I were miss. You know that there are certain friendships in which we are sometimes jealous. Did you know Colonel Battle is my most intimate friend? He speaks of you frequently, and said today that Jenny Powell is the prettiest and the sweetest girl of his acquaintance. Miss Jenny, I think you are certainly very cruel not to tell me that rare and racy secret. I trust you will not keep me in suspense so long, but gratify my curiosity at once. I could never have the heart to delay for one moment anything that you requested. Did you really tell your brother that you were writing me only to flirt? I'm confident that you will remember me to your brothers. I can write nothing encouraging as to when this war will end. Grand preparations are being made daily by both parties, and the prospects for a vigorous protestation of the war are proclaimed by Lincoln. If the Yankees fail to kill me, I will be at the Springs sometime this year. May heavenly angels guard thy sweet and gentle spirit. I am Miss Jenny, ever your devoted friend, A. H. Pickett.